Welcome to this session. This session is targeted on navigating agent zones. So, through title, what was the session's title about? So, navigating agent zones through business model canvas. So, there are a couple of things that you might have not heard of before on this topic itself. One is, what is an agent in the first place? What is an AI agent? We are going to go deeper into these things that puzzles your mind right now, and what specifically an agent's form, and how you can control, how you can navigate these agent forms that we are going to build using the business model canvas. So let's dive into that, right? So this is going to be an exciting session because as you are well aware of how the workflows are being changed through entire industries, and in changing those workflows, what plays a very big role are the agents, AI agents that you have created. So over the last couple of years, you have been working with a lot of AI tools and agents and other implementations and applications that were driven by AI, right? So you all are understanding how an AI is going to work with you in the workflow. So this kind of feels like a futuristic thing, but it's not futuristic anymore. It's already there. I'm going to show you how an agent works and what's an agent, and how ultimately we can navigate these agents and to build a value to our audiences and customers ultimately. So listen carefully. There might be some things that you might not understand through this, but bear it with the end, because this will my intention here was to make it as simple as possible, because I don't want to jargon a lot of like big words into this and make it overcomplicated. And so instead of that, that's why actually when it comes to the word SORMs, what does resonates in your mind? What's SORM? So we are going to find out. So let's dive in, right? So first of all, let's discuss what's an AI agent is. What is an AI agent? Basically, so rather than this question this year, we can ask what is an AI agent, but next year we will be forced to might be forced to ask who is an AI agent. So an AI agent, you can actually simplify this. There are long definitions for this, but what an AI agent basically is a goal-driven system, a piece of software, a smart software that works on a goal, right? And it can perform a task on its own. So it's goal-driven and task-oriented. So it performs one task, and it's oriented to do that task specifically, and it is feedback capable. What do you mean by that? Is that the agent is ready to take feedback and ready to adapt based on that, right? So an agent acts like a digital intern. So what does this mean? When you are working with an intern or a brand new person who's doing a job, someone brand new to a job, so he's executing based on the given instructions. That's what internships are, right? So, and it still maintains an autonomy. So this is kind of an analogous to, so freshly starting AI agent could be your intern. So in the coming years, brand factory, coming not just years, coming weeks and months. So brand factory's initial focus is to create workflows that are automated to deliver value to our customers. So this is a crucial thing that we have to understand before working into building a lot of agents. So as we, you all are aware, we have already done many automations over the couple of weeks, right? So many of you are benefiting from that workflows. So let's dive into what this means, right? So there are a couple of main characteristics of an AI agent. It is autonomous, that it can work on autonomy, operates without constant human intervention, making decisions based on predefined rules, learn patterns and real-time data, right? And perception. So what's perception? It can actually sense and process inputs from its environment. That means like we perceive things, the agent can also perceive things based on things that we input to it, right? For example, you all are working with these new Telegram bots. So basically what you are doing is you are setting the perception through the message that you are putting into Telegram bot to work on which perception that you have to work on. So that's a user query and it works as a perception for them. The most intriguing thing is these agents can take actions. So they are capable of executing tasks that create outputs, tangible outputs they can create, such as sending a message, automating workflows, or controlling devices. So we have seen these controlling devices and all of these happening in last couple of weeks with a lot of new technology. Like if you have been familiar with, there is a Chinese, or I think Singaporean company, Manus. If you it's a free, you can test it for free. In that you can see the agents are real time working with command in the Linux servers. So command line work, that level of working we can see in those agentic workflows. And again, as I told earlier, the agents are goal oriented. So we can set goals what you should achieve. So designed to achieve specific objectives like answering questions, optimizing processes, or personalizing recommendations. So these personalization recommendations were being used through LLM agents way before we see GPT models that were publicly released in 2023. That now we understand how well the algorithm works on like social media, meta platforms, and Google search. And these agents have been working under the hood on those algorithms by personalizing the recommendations, which is why we are sticking to these platforms. And they are adaptable, so often learns from data and feedback so that it can improve their performance over time, right? So through reinforcement learning and fine tuning. So these are two technical things that we can do to actually teach more things to more AI agents. So let's dive in. So these are the capabilities of an AI agent, right? So what we can do with such a capable agent, right? Now that's the question we need to find answers to, right? So that's about agents. So one agent can do all that. They can perform a task and be goal oriented. But what if these agents start working as a swarm? You have seen swarms, right? These mosquito swarms, bees, they work as a swarm, right? So swarm of bees. So in the swarm of bees, there are so much of thousands and I think millions of bees working together, building their bee colonies and gathering nectar, protecting the bees from other external factors such as polar bears, maybe not polar bears. Polar bears cannot be in a bee. So sorry, bad analogy, but you understand what swarm is. So what if our agents act like bees and they started becoming swarming up? So not just few things one agent can do, but many agents work together to perform one goal together. So let's see how it is done. Yet we can create many number of agents. It's not, so I'm going to show you an agent workflow we recently created. This is a live workflow that we are doing. So this agent has a model, this OpenAI model, chat model, and it translates, it takes input from English caption and it translates to Spanish audience so that we can reach to Spanish audiences, right? And it posts that translated caption to Facebook and check if the Facebook post was done, and it updates on Google Sheets. So I'll show you how one execution of this bot. So you can execute. So it reads data from the Google Sheet that we have added, and now the agent is working. We can define the set of things that we expect the agent to perform on. So like this, and so this is a very simple workflow that delivers one result. It basically translates English caption into Spanish and posts it into Facebook. So that's it. But as you can see, this workflow is linear. So we can build this, building this workflow and assembling these agents into many is easy, because replicating this agent workflow is simple as copy pasting. Just copy this and paste it, and we just have to change the credentials of the Facebook page that we are using to post, right? And if you want to translate it to Italy, we can just change the instruction that we have given to the agent to that other language we want to achieve. But again, do you see a problem here? This is good, right? So we can actually just copy paste this and automate any audience. We just create a Facebook page and hook this up, and you can create a loop of content and you don't have to ever look back. So because this agent works without human interference, so it works on the manual trigger. So every 4 hours this bot automatically get triggered and it posts the post to Facebook. We don't have to even know, even while we are sleeping, it can do that task. So the question here is, so as we were diving into this new tech and how we ultimately deliver value to our customers, this process looks so linear, right? Is there a way? There is no way that this bot, this Translate Spanish 1 bot, knows what their audience needs. The only way that this bot knows what their audience needs is through the prompt that we have given here. Recreate the caption into Spanish audience, Cuba, Mexico, Brazil, US, so these South American audience, different dialects. So we added that. But if there is a way to learn for this bot to understand exactly what customers, like the audience, wants in where this bot posting, then it will be natural, right? So basically we'll be delivering what our Facebook audience looks for. So how do we do this? So in order to do that, doesn't matter how many agents we build. Let's go back to the presentation and see what we can do about it. So do you understand the problem here? You can build a number of busy bots that you have then 4 hours, or we can do it in every 2 minutes posting. But multiple agents operating simultaneously can create a burst of activity. It can do that. But we can post a lot of content, we can create a lot of content, we can do that. Generating, maybe it can even generate a report and sending notifications that it was posted, and handling repetitive tasks that it's repetitive. So this can mislead the stakeholders such as us, the humans that we are working through these SOMs, into thinking business is thriving. So the more content we created through the workflows, it might make us feel like okay, we are doing fine, but the amount of content published is high. But again, is it that what we want, right? So consider this. So I recently heard this story. So this is about, there is a very, very cultural lag on AI is taking part of human things, and this AI slop cult is talking massively on this story. So there was this one company that relied heavily. I think Duolingo is also going to do that. Duolingo is going to go full AI, and it's generating massive backslash in their user base. I think that news just recently resurfaced because of the something. But in this one company, they went full all in and fully automated their call centers with AI agents. Okay, so somebody pitched them to that. Okay, AI agents are this is better. This works. This knows about my business. You can feed a lot of data into this. But over the long run, over 6 months of time, what should happen to that business? So AI agents are working. So 24/7 AI agents. So you don't have to limit them to work on 9 to 5:30, right? They can work even in the midnight. So logically, the business sales should go up in that company, right? But it did not, because people thought the company is less credible with using AI agents. So rather than working on a quality model using AI agent SOMs, they created a SOM to they don't give anything about the value that customer is seeking from them. They just automated a workflow, a linear workflow. No feedback is coming back to the workflow. So it actually performed really bad. So now they couldn't go back to their original call center, human call centers. But the cost of such doing without properly understanding what AI does, just automating the cost is, it becomes AI slop. So what is AI slop? This is the part that many anti-AI people blame on, the AI slop. Gibberish that creates through AI, that doesn't mean anything, that doesn't make any value to our systems, right? Or the human day-to-day work. It doesn't make any sense. Why is there? It's already. So we call that AI slop. So that's because people are focused on creating more volume rather than adding, if checking if the value is added, value is delivered through the chain. So now you understand the output does not equal to the outcome, right? So understanding the distinction is crucial for effective agent deployment in your business model. Simply generating an output with an agent is not guaranteeing any meaningful outcomes, right? So aligning effort. So this problem, agents working on their own, and rather so working on one shared goal, it creates a mess. So in order to address this, what if we had a solution to guide the SOM So basically, go back to nature. Think of a swarm that maybe a swarm of birds or a swarm of fish that you have seen while you're snorkeling, or again swarm of bees. Who controls that swarm? What controls it? Bees don't go here and there, and they don't just do what they want, right? They work on an agenda, a shared agenda. So again, these swarms in nature has a lot us to teach, right? So a similar way, let's find out what happened to this builder AI. So this is a very big news in this AI among tech enthusiasts these days, because Build AI recently failed. It's $1 billion company and it went bankrupt. So what happened there? It's $1 billion company, and so it had everything. It was way ahead of their competition. The Build AI was like this application building tool, but instead of creating workflows, agents that work for them, they replace. This is an Indian company. The reason why it failed basically is, so whenever you prompt, I want to create this app and want to build AI, it creates an app. But it turns out half of the code has been manually edited by manual coders in India and all over so more than 700 coders were coding there. So that's not actually an AI. So, but if they had this one goal, if Build AI had to start again, they would create an agent swarm that delivers those values. So we understand that coding now is easier with doing AI agents than ever before, right? So Codex, new models like Codex and Copilot along with GitHub, these things are enabling a lot of things that we have not discovered on coding. So even though they raised $1 billion, they failed because their agents were not acting on one agenda. So as you can see, if we can create many amount of workflows, but if it doesn't add value to our customers, it doesn't make any sense. The number of, we can't say, it's like another vanity metric, right? It doesn't add value to but things actually we want to solve as a business. So let's move on to the next slide. So again, cost of output without outcome is AI slope. So we create a lot of AI slope, volume without value, and we blame it AI for it. So this has been happening a lot recently. Whenever you get something like bad out of AI, you blame, oh, AI doesn't know how to do this yet, or maybe could be maybe we don't know what to do with it. So hold that thought and let's move. How we can solve? What is this one thing that we can have on a centralized thing in order to address this issue where AI agents are not straying on a shared goal? How can we make sure that this goal is shared, and not just shared, but we get feedback from our builders, the builder workflows, and how can our destination can be reached effectively? Let's dive into that. So one question, would you send a spaceship without coordinates? I think people have done that, but would you? So when there is a spaceship, if you had the decision to launch a spaceship, you don't get the coordinates, you still launch it? No, right? Doesn't make any sense. So exactly. So what I believe is finding the direction for your agent is crucial even before we dive into building agentic workflows. So every successful agent is a set of agents working on one similar goal. So they need a shared vision to thrive. North Star helps agents stay aligned. So this, like the ancient time, the North Star can again point us the direction where should we go. So what is this North Star? So the North Star is a document that we have been coming across in the business world many times. Call it BMC, Business Model Canvas. If we somehow enable BMC to this agent zone in their center, so that will be like a bee, like army of bees working on one agenda, because they have the centralized BMC to understand what they are going through, the higher level plan, where should they do this on. So the business model canvas is, think of it as a compass, or maybe even better, as Sri Lankans we know, and not just Sri Lankans, everyone, most of the people have horoscopes, right? So think horoscope, what does it do? It tells the future or maybe the past based on the orientation of the planets and celestial bodies. So what if we give, we create a horoscope for agents, and in the meantime, the agents should, we give the ability for the agents to know where the stars are, the celestial orientation. If that happens together, what happens? The agent will autonomously know where to go. So BMC is kind of like a tool that we are going to integrate into this agent zone as a centralized thing. So this is designed for business clarity. So the more clearer on the thing that you are going to solve in the world with your purpose, the more easy you can solve it with all the resources that you can. So we focus on giving a solution to a problem that is already there, and that solution, the delivery of that solution, delivers the value to the customer. You understand that, right? So let's see how the BMC, what's BMC, and so you have seen the BMC, and in the BMC there as like the center square of horoscope, I think it's called Namagraha. I don't know a lot about that, but Kotuak thiyanone meda. So like that, the heart of a BMC is the value proposition. What value are you delivering? So this is the text in bold is the new BMC new questions that we should be asking on under each segment of the BMC. So in the business world, like in before the agentic things, so value proposition is actually what are we going to do? What are we delivering as value to the customer? For example, we have a content workflow that delivers news, US politics related news. So why are we delivering this politics related news? What is the value we are delivering through that, delivering those news? So that is the exact thing we should know, and that is what the value proposition is. So from that, but with the agentic, by enabling this, the agents will have the ability to understand what problem does your agent solve. So if we have value, keeping pro-Trump audience engaged with our news, so we want to do that. We want to give that value. Why? So we in order to do that, we can create, say, 5 bots, 5 agents that does that. Maybe whenever there is new news coming from Trump's end, the agent just grabs it and creates an article and publish it. So that's one way of doing it. But there should be, now again, we can't go back to a linear model. So even though we have this, we can fill this up, we can fill new questions up for the agents, but the issue is that if we just fill this up and keep it somewhere without letting the agents know that this is what it is, it's not going to work, right? So the agents, if the agent SOM had the ability to real time communicate with the BMC, then automatically BMC's value will be delivered even in the bottom of the workflows that in the agent, right? So let's see how we can do that. So you all are familiar with all these things. So value proposition. So basically, what the value that we give to the customer by performing this business, and to do that, what are the key activities and what are the key partners we need? What is our cost gonna be? And the key resources, what key resources there, for example, when it comes to an agent, the key resources, how does this agent use API, what API does this agent use, or what model this agent is built upon, what memory tools this agent is using. But we can't change those things based on our hypothetical data. We don't have to, because our agents take constant feedback to understand, are we doing this, are we delivering this value. So in the agent SOMs that we are building, this is going to be our North Star, and I am going to go one step ahead and show you how we make these agents communicate with each other, right? We can't have one agent instructor, because if you think of a SOM in a bee SOM, one bee doesn't instruct bees to do this. Even the queen bee doesn't do that, right? Maybe the builder bees and the worker bees, they don't even know what they are doing, but they are doing it, right? So let's see this. Rather than having a centralized agent to direct all agents, what if we add the centralized agenda to direct the SOMs? So aligning agents for maximum impact. This is key questions to ensure your agents work together effectively and drive meaningful outcomes for your business. Consider these guiding questions for optimal agent collaboration. So utilize these strategic questions that ensuring. So these the questions that I'm going to show you in the coming slides are going to help us to decide what we are going to do with it. So again, I told you this is not one way communication with agents. So one bee talks to one bee next to it, and that bee passes the message to the other bee, and just like that, the entire SOM gets the message. So like that, this agent SOM is a massive system of feedback that relies on each other every time, real time, to deliver one thing that they are set to deliver, what the value proposition set on the BMC. So this is a illustration of a agentic workflow, very narrowed down one. So how this central BMC agent is the one who's dealing with the BMC, right? Imagine we have an agent he's just responsible for maintaining the integrity of the BMC, and it makes sure that it is delivered across all the workflows that it connects to. So one such thing is we have, so think of this. from this. So we have a meta content publishing department. So we make it one brand, like one brand. So let's get videos for men. So one brand, and this meta content publishing department is a set of workflows under this. So these are, consider these are like worker bees. These are the one who goes out, find content and find nectar and get that nectar back to the hive. So this publishing department works every time it publishes one thing. It creates every time it outputs something. There is a value delivery checker agent, a dedicated agent for this department just to communicate with the central BMC agent. What does it do? So this value delivery checker agent goes and asks, are we delivering the promised value? Are we delivering it? Through the posting, how do we know the feedback? So in the meta content publishing department, the content publishing is not going to be linear. It's whenever content is published, there will be another feedback mechanism to understand how the published content is working in front of the customers, the audience. And not just it works on finding the things that worked or didn't work, it communicates directly with the BMC. So one central BMC and many departments or many SOMs working together with specified roles. But these specified roles, so this value delivery checker agent knows that he works well with the meta content publishing department, and he knows what's not working and what's working based on the value proposition that were added to central BMC agent. So every time we undertake a project or a program, if we can easily set initial value proposition for a project, right? Because we know this is what we are trying to solve. We can just put it in 1 or 2, 3, 4 words, and we can start there and let the AI do the rest. Because as you can see, central BMC agent does not only output data, it also takes in feedback, right? It takes in other feedback. So that way the value initially we proposed even could be changed. So do we need to pivot, persevere, or kill the BMC itself? So if this question is being asked, if this publishing team is not linearly posting it, and this publishing team this ask this is not going to happen, and it conveys the message to this department, okay, I think we have a new hypothesis on to test if the delivery is happening. Let's test the posting schedule rather than just 2 hour. Now the previously the shown workflow, it showed 2 hour intervals. It gets posted in 2 hour intervals, right? Rather than having 2 hour intervals, what if we accumulate, we understand our customer more, and we know exactly when they are awake and when they are using Facebook, when they are in the washroom, and when they are using the Facebook or whatever. If we know exactly when that is, what if we somehow align our posting times through that? So that communication does not have to happen in a human interfered way anymore, because these are communicating, and it automatically changes the instructions given to the agent through the prompt, the system prompt itself. So what happens? Little by little, the agent starts to understand who are we serving to. and what value they are seeking from us, right? So it's going to take a while to understand. Even the biggest companies in the world currently, they are the one thing they are struggling is what? Understanding their customer, what their customer needs, right? So, and translate it to a product or a service that delivers the value that they seek. So this agentic workflow and introducing a BMC, centralized BMC, and enabling it to agent workflows is going to be very helpful in creating, avoiding creation of AI slope, right? So if you have a doubt about AI is going to be bad or anything, so AI can start somewhere, I think, and AI can be taught. Imagine, even if it is a child, we start teaching it, the child today, child will become something. So like that, this agentic workflow is dedicated in order to understand the customer value and deliver it through our workflows. No matter it, so I don't think we will have to create hundreds of workflows to do this, because once we have this in place, we like even human teams, they fail to do this. Put someone into the customer booths and see what customer is looking for. This is what this system works on. This I wanted to give you a big picture understanding of how BMC is going to help us in our future workflows. So as you can see, every project, every program that we are going to initiate will be based on only finding the true BMC, finding the true North Star that we want to go. And not just that, so when evolution of agent intelligence is going to be not linear or not constant gradient, but it's going to be an exponential curve. So it's already happening at an exponential rate. Understanding how agents adapt, grow, and enhance their impact in your business ecosystem. So if we can only, if the human has to do that, fine-tuning the model on based on how these AIs work together, if we understand those patterns, imagine the number of workflows we can build upon it, right? So agent evolution loop illustrates continuous improvement where agents learn from outcomes and adapt strategies, creating dynamic feedback system for enhanced performance and alignment with goals. Understanding what AI can do, this system helps let the AI do it and let the AI understand what people want, right? So all of you are going to get a swarm of agents in when you're working. Now most of you have at least few to work on. So when you are working on project, your main key responsibility is going to be your agent swarms are understanding BMC, and the BMC is up to the thing that we want to do. This is the only human intervention that I think we should have on this kind of workflow. So the question we had, we can't actually rely on AI to do quality work when we are set to it to a linear workflow. So instead of that, this centralization on one key agenda or one key purpose helps the entire agent swarm to deliver the value. It's going to be something like this. So we recently created this AI agent works on creating a YouTube voiceover script. Let's assume that we want to create a so we want to create a news about this, a video about this. What if we create a short video about this? So as you can see, the agent is working. So when this is the infrastructure of visible infrastructure of how an AI agent works. This is how even other application layers are using the LLM model to adding it to more tools. And so one tool that we have added is Serper, where it finds related queries from Google search, and now it has created a script. And let's now it updated the script on a Google Sheet. A Google Doc is being created. Now it reads back the script from the Google Doc, and now this is where the magic happens. The script is being ElevenLabs. It goes to ElevenLabs and create a voiceover script for the script that we just created, and then we can see that voiceover script coming in. So now the voiceover script came as a audio file, a base64 file, and now we want to actually create this file into a we are going to do two things here. We are going to split into scenes, 6-second scenes, and a data file of MP3. So as you can see this.
In the vast theatre of space and politics, a dramatic breakup unfolds. In the vast theatre of space and politics, a dramatic breakup unfolds. The battle between two titans, Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
Then it goes to the Google Drive and gets saved as a Google Drive file.
In a fit of rage, decides to decommission the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft.
If we had practically integrating that BMC agent would be easy, because we can add any number of tools into this agent. A tool that works seamlessly with BMC will help this agent to understand what their YouTube audience is going to crave for. So thank you very much for taking your time and having this conversation with me. Do you have any questions related to this? I'm pretty sure you have a lot of questions, but can't figure out where to start from. But I think this is a great start, because this will help us to navigate through the clutter that we are going to create in the coming weeks, the coming months, and see through if the agent workflows and the swarms that we create are delivering the value. Anyway, so as you can see, the key skills that you need to be worrying and building should focus on like big picture view how like solving million or billion dollar problems. Now we can do that with these things, but in order to do that, we need to make sure we just can't do have a linear setup of workflow and let it do the work and never have a look at it unless the BMC applied to it. So feedback driven BMC centered SOM is going to be created for any project and program, and it's going to be a great future, and a lot of things we can, this enables a lot of things, because as you can see possibilities are endless. So yeah, that's about it about the BMC and this agentic SOMs. Thank you very much for having me, and